Hey y'all, it's me, Niecy Lynn. This is March 27th. Big shout out to my mother-in-law, Billy. Happy birthday. She is 80 years young today. We will be celebrating her tomorrow with Mexican food, which is her favorite, and 84 or 42, depending on how many of us there are that want to play or, you know, have to play. It's not my favorite. I wouldn't mind playing, but James cheats. James leaves if he's cheating and it makes me mad. And so, but he's always a cheater. And he has drugged the boys in with him. Justin and Keely will cheat with him now. So he has taken them all down that dark road. So that's what we will be doing for her birthday tomorrow. This is Flosstube 65. I got through some of the week befores, all last week's comments, but some of the week befores. So we'll go through those, and then the rest I will finish up in next week's video to try to get like completely caught up. I went on Monday. I spent Monday with Annie. She helped me finish cleaning up at Mom's tiny house and got that situated. So that's done and in the past, and I don't have to think about that anymore. Thank you, Annie. She is in Dumas right now. So any of the South Arkansas folks, if you see Annie, say hi to her. Housekeeping, before I forget, I'm gonna start being better about checking and being sure that you subscribe to be a winner. So you need to subscribe and like the video and comment to get any of the shares. So I'm horrible about remembering to do it, but I'm going to start trying to remember to do it better. So please, if you are interested in any of the shares, be sure you subscribe, like, and comment on the video. And I know it's hard because I like watching on my TV and then I have to go back on my phone to comment easier. There is, if you click on the video, there's a little 3 things down there and you can like or comment from there, but you know, then you have to use the weird commenty thing. So, or subscribe. You can do any of those things on your TV. One of y'all was sweet enough to tell me how to do that, but it is not as easy as doing it on your phone to me. So I am horrible about doing that, but I'm going to try to be better because it's not fair for the people who do it on the regular. So check, that's done. I've got my little, all y'all's questions and stuff I write here on the paper, and comments and things to try to keep myself on track. Like it wouldn't take a whole village to keep me on track. But Sharon and Margie and several of y'all commented when I showed the pattern for May Health and Peace, which is here buried somewhere in all this catastrophe. Or which isn't buried somewhere in this catastrophe. Good grief, I left it laying over there. Hold on, y'all. Hold, please. No, it has to be over there. Y'all, this is the kind of week I'm having. Like I said, I went back Monday and finished up. There it is. And finished up at Mama's. And all week since then, I ain't been right. At all. Not at all. This is the kind of week I'm having. I've lost a pair of pants. I took them off. Where'd they go? I took them off in my bathroom. My closet connects to my bathroom. I can't find them. Everything else I had on at that time went into the dirty clothes bin. They're not there. And I mean, my closet, my bathroom, everything's fairly straight. I mean, I don't have piles of stuff like, you know, y'all, where'd my pants go? I don't know. This kind of week I'm having. So I'm getting better, but I'm not 100% yet. When we talked about, and I can show it like this, because it had all the coffee stains all on this one, and I said, this is May Health and Peace pattern, and I said I didn't know about sharing it because King James and I were playing around and knocked the coffee off all over it. And so several of y'all said that y'all think as long as you can see the pattern, and it didn't affect any of the chart part of it at all. It didn't affect the legibility of it or anything at all. But y'all said that that y'all thought that was fine, and I love this, that patterns are like cookbooks. The more spills on there, the more love they've seen, and I do like that. So may health and peace, when I'm done with it, will definitely be on the share then, since y'all are okay with that. And Mary says she has a sister in Midlow, and then, which is what we call Midlothian, or some of us call Midlothian. Some people get all touchy about it. Like where I'm from, which is right next door, Waxhatchee, we call it Hatchie. But some people get real offended, I guess, about that. But it's just like a pet name or a nickname to me. And if you can't take that, well, you need more help than I can give you. And then Carla said she wanted to come to the gingerbread trail. And Kim says she has family in Hatchie. So gingerbread trail is, we have a lot of gingerbread houses in Waxhatchee. It's famous for it. All the beautiful gingerbread trim on the wood houses, the Victorian houses. And so there's a celebration called Gingerbread Trail. And it is fabulous. And then we have a big one for the crepe myrtles. We have a big crepe myrtle festival here. So she said she wanted to come to that. So y'all come on. Let's all have some, we're all getting out and about again. And so, woohoo. I say, come on. Lisa 1968, and I always remember, so thank you, Lisa, for saying this. The Readly app, Michelle, Mama Loves You GB, of course, her Flosstubes are fabulous, and all her fabric dyeing and stitching. I mean, she does all the good things. And of course, her accent's beautiful, and she talks so pretty. So, and she has such a happy, pretty face. So everything about watching Michelle is fabulous. But the Readly app, I think it's about $8 a month, and you can get like tons of magazines on it. And so, especially if you're in Canada, Australia, a lot of overseas, even I think a lot of the islands, even I think Puerto Rico, it costs more to send there, and Hawaii, things like that. So you can get a digital subscription to magazines, and then you can just print off the chart you want. But that's a lot less, especially for y'all that live those places where the shipping is a lot of money. So that's something to think about, doing that. And it is a favorite, because you can read all kind of magazines, and not just stitching magazines. It's like all kind of magazines. So the Readly app, R-E-A-D-L-Y, look it up on your phone or your tablet, whatever you use. So thank you, Lisa. I always mean to talk about that and I forget. And Laura said she thinks about me when she sees cardinals, which, thank you, Laura. That was very sweet. I had a cardinal experience this week. I had, when I had Mimi earlier in the week, when I had been with Mama, and, you know, some days it's just, y'all can tell where this piece is growing out. Look at that weirdness. Oh my gosh. Maybe we'll go this way with that. Hey, how about that? Some days it's just disheartening to watch her, you know, forget things. And so when I was headed back home, I was sad, because it's hard to watch, and she gets upset with herself, and she'll say, my brain, you know. And so I was heading home, and I was just, you know, why, golly. And of course, I tried to also be thankful that I still have her, because a lot of my friends don't have their parents anymore. We're just that age. And these 4 cardinals, 1 female and 3 males, they just darted across the windshield. And I mean, so close that I was like, and hit my brakes. And it was 1 female and 3 males. And in that exact moment, I, in my head, saw my papa and mama, who are my mama's parents, and then her 2 brothers, Uncle Al and Uncle Bob, that are already passed. Just immediately were right there. And I was so appreciative to think that, you know, that they were checking up on me and letting me know it's going to be okay, and, you know, that they're there, you know, whenever she is ready. And I know, y'all, some people don't put any short in that, but I do. And so it made me feel so much better. And so Kathy had sent me that her mama would always tell her about when she'd go on a date, she'd carry a dime with her in case she had to call somebody to come get her. Because, you know, sometimes people ain't behaving, let's be honest. And that then when she passed, she got to seeing dimes all kinds of weird places. Like they would be where you would not have change, and they would be just down the hallway, and everywhere that she would go in the house, out of the house, when they were out and about, not even at home. And then her husband, who is an automotive technician, found a dime in a motor. And so I do think that they try to let us know they're okay and that it's fine and that it's going to be fine. And I do appreciate that. And, you know, Connie says she has dreams about her daddy, and I do. I have dreams where there are people that have passed or in there, and they, in my dreams, coexist with the people that are not passed. You know, they can still interact like they're still here. And so I do appreciate that. So thank you, Laura and Kathy and Connie, for sharing that, because I think it's real, and I think a lot of people don't, but that's okay. And Michelle said she loves purple like Aria, and Grandma Billy, whose birthday is today, who we're celebrating tomorrow, she loves her some purple. And so Aria Kyle, when she came to see me Monday, what day she came, stayed with me one day, and no, it was last week, maybe Friday. Let me think. It doesn't matter what day. Anyway, she came in with me a present. Now, she had made me a present. She had a little card that she'd made me right here. That was my card. And then she had put me a little doll, which I have in the Jeep now, a little Lego lady inside. It was a two-fold. Now, green is her mama's favorite color and purple's her favorite color. So she had put these in here, and the little Lego person was in there. And then she had brought me this girl right here. And she said I needed her, and she said, "Shug, look at that pretty purple dress." I said, that is beautiful, with all the little, I don't know, they kind of look like pansies. They kind of don't at the bottom. And so she had it all in a little gift bag and the whole 9 yards. So she loves her some purple. That ain't no joke. And Billy does too. And Aria says when she grows up, she's going to drive a rainbow van with purple seats. So y'all see y'all a rainbow van with purple seats coming down the street. Y'all know it's Aria Kyle. So just, you know, wave at her and get out of the way, because she is a little determined. I don't know if she'll be good about, you know, slowing down. So you might bear that in mind. She is a slower pedaler on her bicycle, but I don't know. She is very focused. So if you're in between her and where she's headed, you may get in trouble. And so many of y'all came through on the Victorian love notes. This pattern right here that we were having a heck of a time finding. I did it for Mama, my daddy's mama, forever. It must have been in Christmas in 93. And see, I didn't date or put my initials in anything back then. I need to take this apart and clean it. Probably she had those Dearborn heaters, so it's all, you know, yellowed, because it was on white Ada is what it's on. But also they show you, if you think you can't do delicate stitching on Ada, I mean, that is all those little tiny flyers and things are on there. But Amy ARC and Anna Jane and Sharon, y'all came through on this, and it is Victorian Love Note by Lori with 2 R's, Lorri, Birmingham. And it is in the Better Homes and Gardens Cross Stitch and Country Crafts issue, Cross Stitch and Country Crafts, May, June 1993. So, and what I do when we have those that we're looking for and come up, I just write it on the back like that. Because y'all know I'll forget by next year. If I show it again, somebody will ask and I'll be like, oh. And it's easier to look on the back than go back through my notes, because my handwriting, well, y'all, some of y'all got cards from me. Y'all know I write like a serial killer. So there you go. So thank y'all for that, because there are several people wanting to stitch it. It is a beautiful stitch. And somebody said that there was a whole alphabet that she did, and the love was just in the magazine. But I have not been able to find much on her. I found other charts and things that she designed, but I didn't find like a web page, or, of course, this was in the 90s, but some of these guys that have these great designs need to re-release some of these, because if they're able, those are beautiful, and people would, I would rather designer get the money than eBay get the money. So that's just me, for what that's worth. Vandy and Ava, y'all commented this week about moving and about being military families, military wives, and moving. And I wanted to say thank you to Hildy. There's a lot of y'all out there that are military families, and thank you for your service. Thank your people for their service, your sons, your daughters, your husbands, wives. It is appreciated, and it is not an easy life. I know Nancy, when she would tell about when they were in the military, her husband was in the Navy, and they lived in Iceland and all kinds of places all over, and that she could unpack the house and have the walls decorated and everything in like 2 hours. She would just, and get it done. And they had 4 kids, I think. So thank y'all for your service and what you do. I know it is not easy. Peggy said she found, and thank you for saying this, Peggy, because I looked at this thread talking about my brother's sewing machine and it being so ticky and particular. She got the Bro thread, BROTHRAAD, off of Amazon, because none of my stores have the brother thread it says brother. Now it says the Walmart in Waxahachie has a little bitty pack, what I would call like a trial pack, because it looks like little mini spools like this, kind of. They don't look like regular size spools. It has like 6 colors in it, but I need more than that. And so I couldn't decide if the Bro thread on Amazon was brother thread or not brother thread, but she said she got that and it worked. So I'm going to order me some and see what happens. So thank you for that. And Vicky said that if I'll send her some pictures of my bad knotting sewing machine, she'll try to help me out. Vicky, you liable to be getting some pictures, girl, because I'm about ready to kick that thing to the curb. I've cleaned it. I was, through y'all's encouragement, I was able to, I've cleaned it and changed the needle and rethreaded everything, and it was sewing good, and then it got mad again and stopped, and I don't know. I mean, then it goes to boogering up the thread again, so I don't know. I'm about ready to kick it to the curb, which makes me want to holler. So Vicky, be careful, girl. Be careful what you say. Cindy and Sandy and Stephanie, and I think Ann maybe even, ask about this guy here. This bunny with the tulip and this one here with the basket, that is Easter Parade by Blackbird Designs. It is re-released and available at most places. I did use the called for threads in these. It's on just, probably looks like about 32 count, 28, 32 count linen. And I think it's one of the shell linens or something. It's white with just a little bit of gray in there, and or taupe-ish looking color on there. But both of them are fun stitches. I think somebody loaned me the pattern, as a matter of fact, because I could not find it back then. But he is as cute as he could be. He does have a few eyelet stitches here, and then a big one here. There's a big one here, and then there's little eyelet stitches on him. But you could easily change those out for crosses. That would be 4 crosses, those eyelets on his body. If you don't like doing specialty stitches, you could easily switch those out for 4 crosses on his body, and it would be fine. I'm gonna try to set this back up here without making it fall off on the floor. We'll see if it works. Yuck. It did. But I love stitching those. And I'm gonna try to call you when the video is over. This week has been nuts. Every time I could call you, something happened. The letters on this guy, the rainbow letters here, are 12 weight sulky 12 weight, and the number is, if I can get it to turn, 4106. 4106 is the number of it, and it's 12 weight sulky is what I used for these. The girls love them some rainbow letters on that thing. They'll do their letters by them. Of course, this is the Teresa Kogut piece out of Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher last year. It was called Chocolate Bunny, maybe? I think if my brain is working. That is Brenda Gervais with a needle and thread, but I can't think what it's called. But I did it last year. But all those are super fun little stitches. I love doing those. Let's see. Oh, and Ann is looking for Nevermore. Ann, is it the Nevermore pattern by Lizzie Kate? I think I have that one. So I'll show it when I'll send you a picture of it, because I think she's looking for a Nevermore Halloween pattern. And I'm wondering if it's the Lizzie Kate one. Let's see. Oh, Sarah said, and I had not heard this anywhere before, so thank you, Sarah. Be careful with putting babies down on the rag part of the rag quilt, because they fuzz so much and they can inhale the fuzz and, you know, get clogged up and make them sick. And so I had not heard that. So I will definitely tell Bebe to flip it over and just use the flannel only side, because on the other side of mine is just flannel. It's not got any fuzzing on there. So I had not heard that. So thank you, Sarah. I did not know that. Rachel, she said, Rachel said that the Minky messed up the timing on her sewing machine. And so she had to take it to the sewing machine guy. Here, Robin Bain's daddy used to do it, but he is passed. And I think now I have to take it over to Weatherford or somewhere. I don't know anybody around here does it anymore. So I'm going to have to probably have that checked. Or get James Williams too. He is, and a lot of y'all said, you know, have him look at it, because he is very mechanical and he can sew. James Williams took home ec. Yes, he did. Because he loves to eat and he loves women. So he took home ec so he could eat and be around girls. Now he also did sports and everything, but go figure, I don't know. But so he does know how to sew on the sewing machine. And when I first got it, was reading the book, he had to help me several times because he knows how to run the sewing machine. And so, and he can fix anything. I'm very lucky. He can fix if the wash machine goes out, if anything goes out, he can fix it. I am lucky in that, because I don't have those skills very good. But so I will have him check it. I was able to clean it and all the things y'all suggested. I just looked up in the book and looked at videos, and through y'all's encouragement and watching and reading, I was able to do all those things. And like I said, it started acting good, then it just started acting mad again. I don't know, that thing. Nicole, I have not yet found a PDF of May Health and Peace. I do wish that that they would, especially the ones that I understand there's probably like a big expense, like to send something to a printer, because this is a, this is like a, you know, it has a hardcover page, and I bet it has 15, 20 pages with it, all in all. So I understand that's an expense. So I really do wish that ones, patterns like that they don't want to maybe do the expense of reprinting, that a lot of the designers would offer them as a PDF through, I'm sure somebody would handle that. And that would be fabulous, because it is a beautiful chart. But if you don't have access to it, and I know it's only available, like I said, as I know of 2 places, at the Attic in Mesa, Arizona, and then the Stitch Niche in Arlington, Texas, my LNS. I don't know you can get it. And so I do wish that if any of y'all know any of the old designers, not old as in age, but old designers as in they have designs that maybe aren't available online, I guess a lot of PDF designs. The Lori Bingham, the Gloria Moore, all of her Milady Nita ones, if they would put those on PDF, that would, I think people would snap those up. I know the hats, the Hands Across the Sea, people get those all the time because you can just print it, you know, when it's done. So I think that would be fabulous. Fabulous. Let's see, where else? Now I lost my place. Oh, and Susie, who is kind of my neighbor here, she's in Texas at least, said that Brother machines are great until they aren't great. Yeah, there are all kinds of cars and things that are like that. They're great till they're not. Yeah, so I'm wondering if maybe, I hope I haven't messed it up completely, but they're not like crazy expensive machines. So, I mean, there is that. And I did snag that old Singer, a Mimi's, that was behind 1,000 things in the house. And so I am going to try to set it up and figure it out. And Gail said that Vonna, which I didn't know this, has sewing machine videos. So I'm going to go look at those. I haven't got to watch any floss tubes or anything this week. So I will have to go look for those though. Jamalian says she saves buttons too. And so I thought I was the only weirdo that cut up shirts and saved buttons. So I think one of y'all before has said y'all do that, but I'm glad that I'm not alone, that there's more of us saving. Because when, I mean, there are things, I mean, I donate our clothing when it's good, but we all know sometimes that clothing ain't good, and I ain't sending it nowhere. It's in such bad shape, you're ashamed people to know you had it in your house, Lord. So I'm glad I'm not the only one. And Donna says that Patty Mac makes, has videos on her sewing machines and stuff. So I'm gonna go check those out this week, her and Vonna's, and see if I can, Linda, let me tell you what I wrote here. I'll make sure. I think it was for a thread conversion on my Jane Greenoff, if my brain is working. And I'll show them. If not, I'll have to go back and check and see, because obviously, not only am I a serial killer writing bad, my brain is only half functioning. Diane said that there is videos on self-binding blankets, and I'm gonna look that up too, because I didn't know. The binding has been kicking me in the head, but it has been, it's a learning experience. One of the corners it did, and it looks like it's gonna be fine. The other one I had to take out. I guess it's one of those things that after you do it a couple times, it's probably easy as pie, but until then, not so much. I won't guarantee you YouTube will snatch that as my cover video with my eyes crossed right there. Thanks, YouTube. Lori said she has redheaded husband and she got redheaded kids. So she got my redheaded kids. Everybody else got my redheaded kids. James' sister got my redheaded kid. She didn't marry no redheaded man. She ain't got no red hair. She got redheaded kid. So all y'all out there getting the redheaded kids, it was supposed to be mine. Okay. Y'all, growing out hair is not for the faint of heart. I know that. Stitch and Scotty asked about the Needlecraft Expo. Did I pre-order anything? I sat there and looked at Shelly's pictures, and when she would post every day, and there was, oh, I need that, oh, I need that. Oh, do you think I got anything ordered yet? Heck no. So there were some fabulous things. They were so cute, and I was just, wow. Okay, Linda. Kathy was the one needing the colors for the Jane Greenoff sampler. Now I'm gonna have to go look and see what I done missed. Or email me, NisiLynn@Yahoo, and tell me what I've done forgot, because I started writing, and I think that's when my phone went off. I was writing down your comment, and my phone went off. Sister Mimi's out of her, she said, Mom's out of her thyroid medicine. And I thought, no, it should be there, but we haven't picked it up I mean, not that I was doubting Sister, but I was thinking it should have refills because we just did her lab work. And so I tried to call the pharmacy. Of course, they weren't open, and the automated thing kept saying that wasn't a valid number. or valid. There wasn't any others that were valid. So then I called the doctor's office. They said, well, we refilled it on 2/1. It was refilled 90 days. And so I'm thinking, what the heck? And so then she sent me a picture of the prescription bottle. And so I think that's what came through. And so, Linda, I'm sorry, but I will go back and look. And if I don't and I forget, send me an email saying, cuckoo. Because that's where I'm at right now. Okay, Happy Mail. I did get this from Patty Penn. Y'all, this is the cutest thing, and I don't think I've ever heard of this person. Katie Rogers, Stitching with Katie. And it is called Carrot Farm. Look at that little thing. How cute is that? Of course, the finish on it is adorable too, with the little layered board and the rickrack. Now, like I said, we all know I don't do a lot of fruit at the top of mine, but that's okay. I would have probably just left it with all the stacks of this on here, but that's just me. So cute. But it says she is on Instagram at Primrose Cottage Stitches or Stitching with Katie. So cute. So that is adorable. So cute. Love it. So thank you, Patty Penn. And then I did have a little haul this week. And y'all know what's going on with the mail, because my mail is going kooky around here. Frankie sent a package. We don't know where it's at. I sent something and it took a month. All the rest of y'all had got those. And Deborah, I am so sorry. I don't know what happened. It was supposed to be to her on February 24th, and it got there on March 22nd. Where'd that thing go? I mean, because I had my little receipt. I went back and checked. I thought, maybe it dropped out, you know, at the post office or somewhere, or maybe I dropped it and didn't know it. I usually put all the things I'm taking to the post in a bag, like a little satchel bag, and carry it in there. And I thought, well, but maybe I dropped it somewhere and didn't know it. It blew away. I don't know. And so I went and looked on my receipt, and you know, the receipt tells the town and that it goes to. And it was on there that it was supposed to be delivered on February 24th. But it didn't get there to March 22nd. So I don't know what's going on. I'm not knocking the postal service. Do not mistake me on that. I love the post office. I love the post office because, y'all, if I had to, and not that UPS and FedEx are overpriced, but they're more than I can pay. Okay, because I'm just, you know, the ads pay for postage, right? And so if I had to send it UPS or FedEx, it wouldn't pay for it. I couldn't afford it. And so I love the post office. I love that I can send things, you know, to y'all for a couple of dollars, and it's there, you know, it's there. And so I love the post office. I love Roger at our post office. He is a doll. And Ari and I went in there this week and to mail things, and we were going to see about getting them some Scooby-Doo stamps to send thank you notes to people, because they need, we've talked about they need to start, you know, writing a little note or something to say thank you to y'all when y'all send them things. And, which, while I'm on this topic, Melissa, your little sweater and hat, which I showed y'all a while back, she sent for Baby Catch. And I put it in a gift bag, just a little brown gift bag, and used your tissue and put it down in there. And so it went to the shower this weekend, and it was a big hit. So everybody was impressed. Y'all, her knitting is like perfection. It's crazy to me, but it was so cute. But we, you know, thought they could, I know after CJ's brain injury, we found thank you cards like that were like fill in the blank. Because he had to learn to write and everything again. And if you've never gone through that, boy, that's an experience going through that with somebody. But so he could just fill in the blank, and that was a good exercise for him starting to learn to write again and everything. And so we thought, you know, we'd get him something like that, but we'd get him some fun stamps to put on the outside. And Roger was out of Scooby-Doo stamps, so we have to get them next week because he done sold out of Scooby-Doo stamps, which y'all know I love Scooby-Doo, best cartoon ever. You can't beat Scooby-Doo. I will watch Scooby-Doo nonstop. I love it. Not a huge fan of Scrappy-Doo. Hope I don't hurt anybody's feelings, but I am a lover of Scooby-Doo. Now, I'll watch Scrappy-Doo if he's on there. I ain't gonna turn it off, but I love Scooby-Doo. As a child, it was my favorite cartoon. I had Scooby-Doo color books, Mystery Machine. I don't think all the men on there were all that, but you know, whatever. But I love it. It's pretty. It's a pretty cartoon. When my kids were little, they had ugly cartoons. They had Harold with a football head and Rugrats, and them was ugly cartoons. I ain't wanting to watch no ugly cartoons. I ain't. I tell my kids I don't want to watch no ugly cartoons. I want y'all to date no ugly people. I don't. In my opinion, ain't nobody gotta be ugly. You choose to be ugly. You can get up and do something with your hair and all that. You don't gotta be ugly. Ain't nobody ugly if they don't want to be. So don't be dragging no ugly people up in this house looking all rough and making me have to look at them over the holiday meals. And they all did what I said. They didn't marry nobody ugly, so thank you. Another rabbit hole. Yes, and I am shallow like that. Happy Milk, we got from Patty Penn and Mahal. Okay, now, I got a message from Barbara, who is Raspberry Stitcher, and she has, I've loved her Flosstubes, and I've got to watch them. She did the letters from Mom in the little postcards from Mom things, fabulous. She always has pretty stitching. And she messaged me that she, for autism awareness, was going to do a sow. And I should have asked if she's doing it with somebody else, but I didn't because I get distracted and didn't, you know. Well, that's me. And for autism awareness, starting on April 1st, 4/1, she's starting the sow up for Jesse Watson. And it's a Hands Across the Sea, so you can get it's one of the little gems. So you can download the PDF and, you know, print it off. And I always get James Williams to do that because I'm always worried that I'm gonna mess up something. And so here it is. I wanna hold it backwards, but she's Raspberry Stitcher, and she's on Instagram, and she has Flosstubes, Barbara, and it's for autism awareness. I'm gonna start it on 4/1 with her. I was hoping to have May Health and Peace finished. I might not be quite finished with it, but I'll be close. But I'm gonna go ahead and get a start in on it. Look at that eyelet heart. And she has broke it out into, she's in my Facebook group, Needlework in Niecy Lynn, which the last 2 weeks I have neglected horribly, but y'all are still there. And she messaged me to see, could you post on there about it? And I said, yes, because this is something that I think more people need awareness of, more people need to learn about, and more people need to be accepting of. We're all different in different ways, and we learn and think different. And so yes, please feel free to post it. And so she's, I think, posted on her stuff on her Flosstube, and she's broke it all out and how to get it stitched in 12 months. Okay, she's even did the little diagram thing, graph, so you can know this month we'll stitch this much. So you can like do it like that if you want to, and do the whole month and stitch along. But it's Jesse Watson, and several people have seen stitching it. It's beautiful. By Hands Across the Sea, and you do a PDF download of it, and it is beautiful. But look at that eyelet heart. The trees are fabulous. It's not wanting to focus super good on it. Is it gonna focus in a minute? Maybe. It is beautiful though. So I'm gonna start that on 4/1 with her. If y'all go check her out. And also, A Wicked Stepmother has bunnies with blue, and it's a little bunny with forget-me-nots and stuff around him. And I had him printed, and I couldn't find him this morning. I printed his little cover. He is so cute, so cute. And she's got a tulip sampler that's fixing to be up on there that's beautiful. She's got all the things on there lately, and new thread colors and all. And she will, they're doing 10-yard skeins now, and she also will do a color for you if you need like a specific color and you can't find just what you want or whatever. She will do them for you. I know for Jude, she did Hey Jude, which is now named after Jude because she needed a kind of a brownie black color, and she did a color for her, and she dyed it up and sent it to her, and now it's available as one of their options. And one of y'all messaged me that there wasn't anything on their Etsy because she does them all. She and Rhonda do them all themselves. It may be empty. Everything may be stole out. So I know she's got a lot of black fabric and a lot of other fabrics on now. So the chalkboard black kind of to do the chalkboard things on. The little, I know Nail was stitching the little zinnia seed packet from Priscilla and Chelsea. That thing was so cute. And, you know, so you need the black fabric for those. And it will be so pretty on there. And she's got all her threads on there. So, but I had the little bunny with blue, but now I cannot. Y'all, I don't know what little gremlins is running loose in this house and moving things around, but I don't know. Y'all don't know. My stitch chair done got mad this week, broke. I don't even know. But I went to the doctor and I ain't dying, so I'm gonna take that as a plus, cause I ain't new, so woohoo. And it has been nice. The weather's been nice. We got a lot of rain. We did get hail, a big here. I didn't realize that. Teresa said that other places, y'all don't get hail like we get here. It's just like little pieces. Like we think, I don't know, a little piece of hail for us, I guess, kind of sleep, but then it has to be cold for sleep. But you know, here sometimes it'll be softball size. I mean, y'all know Texas weather gets all crazy down here. So we didn't have any damage or anything, and we were lucky. Some people did. They had golf ball size around our area, but we didn't get any here, so hallelujah. But yeah, the weather here can get like nuts, and I didn't realize that everybody didn't have big giant hail like that. I didn't realize that. So y'all are always learning me new things, which I appreciate. Okay, now whips. Whips. What shall we start with here? Let's go ahead and we'll start with Jane Greenough. Kathy, it's right at the top, so maybe if I start into it right now, maybe I won't forget. I got it out of my cross stitch and antique style samplers. I got this book forever ago, and it's in here with tons of other things. I mean, it has beautiful things in it. Sometimes they're on eBay, sometimes they're on Amazon, sometimes they're on Etsy. You can find them at used bookstores and stuff. I think somebody said they just bought one for $17. So you just have to kind of watch around. I'm sure some people want it for a fortune, but just don't buy it on the day you see it for a fortune. But it has all kinds of things in here. But that's where I got mine. She also has it on her website. Jane Greenoff has a website, and you can order the kit or the chart, I think, from her. And nothing is on a board this week, y'all. So y'all going, just forgive me on this because it's been that kind of week. It has been that kind of week. But we're here and we ain't dying, so yay. Well, I mean, we are dying, I guess, a little bit every day, but it ain't imminent according to Dr. Malil. So here is the picture of my Wild Hedgerow House sampler. Here it is on here, and it's very funny to me that the black around that yellow, I find that very off-putting, but that's just me and my craziness. But here we go. Okay, last week we talked about I had backstitched around that yellow with black, and I didn't like that so much. So I'm gonna go back and put a yellow, but I took the black out right there. But I started on, so I have this flower done over here, but then this week, all I got done was this flower. So it doesn't have the back stitch on it or the green on it, but that's where I'm at right now. I'm loving this piece. I did not use her colors because it's confetti stitching. And we know I am no fan of the confetti stitching. So let's see what we got here. I use variegated thread. That's just me. I can't be doing the confetti stitching. So this blue right here is Freedom by Gast. Now there's a couple of these. This purple flower here is DMC 4260. The green is DMC 4045, and these are just some that I had in my stash. They were on sale and I snatched them up. The red letters are DMC 4205. The dark blue, I evidently, oh no, this is the Madeira, I think. Yes, this is the Madeira that Darlie sent me. It's beautiful floss. It's real fluffy, but I don't know, I don't remember what number it was because I don't know. I thought I wrote it on there. The gray for the little roof is DMC 647, and then just the white for the little house. This yellow here on that pansy, is that in the picture even? Yeah, is DMC 4090, and that blue purple right there is DMC 4240. This flower here, which is so beautiful, is a Wicked Stepmother Bittersweet, that orangey corally there. I love it. And then I haven't used it yet, but this is I Want Candy, and it's yellow and orangey whitey. It makes me think of the old school lantanas. Had that yellow and white and kind of a pinky corally in it. And I'm going to use it. There is a row of little flowers right across here. I'm going to put that on there. So, Kathy, holler if you didn't get those. And I need to post, you know what, I should post a picture of it and what I'm using. Maybe I can remember to do that today, which I nearly lost my needle out and dropped it on the floor right there. I'm going to put that where it goes on that piece of fabric right there. There we go. So that was my work on Wild Hedgerow House this week. I love stitching that thing. That is on Be Stitch Me Toast, 28 count, I think. It's beautiful, Be Stitch Me linen. That is fabulous. Still meant to order some more, haven't got it done yet. My life. Man, I used to think I was a fairly effective human. Those days are gone. Then on Wild Hedgerow House, and I didn't put anything on the boards today, y'all. So here again, I'm gonna apologize for being all over the place. There's my threads. And I got the kit from my LNS. It came as a kit, and it's 28 count, I wanna say weeks linen. And I'm just gonna hold it up, it'll be kind of see-through-y, but that's where I'm at now. So I got the deer and the little emblem done down here at the bottom, this guy, right? This is why it's so much nicer to have a board, to put it on the board, to take the time to put it on the board, because then you don't look like a cuckoo just flipping things around. But so I got this week, I got the other half of the deer, the green, and this thing done. I'm gonna put the date and my initials right here. So this is pushed over, because I thought I'll just kind of squeeze it in right here. Right there will work. So I'm gonna have that in there. Then I just have to finish the tree. So all I have left is the top of the tree and that piece of border right there. So we're right on it. We are nearly at the, we're in the final lap, I guess, at least. And that has been so much fun to stitch. I have loved, the linen's been nice, the threads, and now they offer it in a silk conversion too. There was a silk choice that I could have taken. I did this one. It was just really way more affordable. And since used to when I worked, I would have not thought about that for a minute, but now that I don't work, I try not to overspend. I try to be conscientious. Then I stitched on Peace on Earth, which I love. It does not love me back. Peace on Earth does not love me. Every time I stitch on Peace on Earth, I have to rip out. And one of y'all sent, and I had not realized, we'd always assumed that I had some sort of, daddy was always, all the kids, ADHD and different things, which we always assumed. But evidently I have also like dyscalculia, because I can't tell time. I have a hard time telling time. I mean, I did not learn to tell time till I was in my 30s. Seriously, it takes me, and it's still a joke, because the kids will say, and maybe that's why I love clocks, because the kids will say, they'd say, don't ask mama what time it is. By the time she figured it out, time's changed. And it's the truth. I would have to be counting around, and still to this day, to this very day, if I have to put something happens at noon, I have to put it at 11:59 on my reminder, because my brain still to this day at, what am I finna be, 54? Yes, I'll be 54 in April. I still cannot get 12 o'clock straight up noon. Is that PM or AM? My brain, no matter how many times I've tried, I've written it down, my brain will not accept that information. It just won't. I just let it go. So when I have to stitch on the diagonal, it messes me up. It messes me up. So this thing here, I had to rip out this whole green part here, because I had stitched it half again out here. So this week I got this, I think there was this stem and a little bit of this here. So all three of these buds and the green part behind them. This thing is beautiful, but it don't want to be my friend. It is on, I think that's R&R straw. It's what that fabric is. And it's so pretty. R&R sheep straw, 30 count sheep straw. It is so pretty. And I have loved it. And I love the colors on it. I'm gonna leave it up all the time, because to me it's not Christmassy, it's just beautiful. And it only has like 4 colors. Gassed moss, forest glade, one of them was mulberry, and nutmeg. And you can see that is a beautiful color combination. That is gorgeous. So I love it, but it does not want to be my friend at all. Anytime I stitch on that thing, every time I stitch on it, I have to rip something out. Go figure. Every stinking time. But if I'm doing like diagonal stitching and stitching out and going diagonal, it messes up my brain. My brain does not like it at all. Which, you know, I guess, okay, that's fine. I'm gonna cut this piece of this off here. And then I worked on, well, I think both those are finished maybe. Let's see, I may not have a whip going in this one right now. I may just have finishes. Because that guy's done, and that guy's done. And I think I was working on him last week. So those will have to, I have to go finish this too. And then this one here is for Billy's birthday. I probably will not get it finished tonight. I don't know, I might. It stitches up pretty fast because I just started stitching on it late last night because it took me this long to get it how I wanted it. It's for her birthday, and I'm using just a piece of tea-dyed even weave. And it has sable, gassed sable, Classic Colorworks Pickle Beach. She loves purple, and she loves muted kind of plummy purples. And then Weeks Dye Works Oscar. And so it's going to be just a super simple palette, but her favorite verse is Psalm 68:19. You know, blessed be the Lord who daily bears our burden in this. And so I started it last night. So you can barely see there's this little brown. I charted it with X's in the center, and then I decided to put just a little cluster of French knots instead. But I love the colors on it. I love the little border. I'm having lots of fun with it. So it is really pretty and I'm loving it. I may stitch again, but it's stitching up so nice and it is stitching up fast. And this is, I mean, it's just gonna be this wide. The other border will go right here. So it's not a lot to it, but I am loving it. It's what, 93 by 87. So yeah, it's not that big. So I may can get it finished today to give to her tomorrow. I hope. If not, I'll just show it to her and give it to her the rest of the week, next week. Which I hate not having things ready, but that is my other whip. And then the other two I had down as whips, but they're actually finishes. And they're out of Jelly Bean Jubilee here by Brenda Gervais with I Needle and Thread. This whole book is so cute, and I'm hoping to, probably won't get them all done, but I'm gonna try to get them all done this year. Look at those. They are adorable. So I showed y'all last week that I had done this one and y'all, what other one? This guy. I think he was finished last week, but I'm not sure. I know the blue one was finished and I think he was finished out of here. And then I've worked on, and I've got them finished. And let me open it where I don't show the whole book, the pattern. I can't. I have to show it this way. So I did this guy here on this blue. And this is just a scrap of blue even weave that I had camel dyed a little bit on. And I just had this scrap left and it was just enough to finish him up. Linda, are you telling me these are the ones you were wondering about? We'll see. I'll show the colors for these guys in a minute because I'm using my a lot of my Wicked Stepmother colors for it. So cute. And then these guys here are in here. And that little bunny in here is called, that one is Let's Paint Eggs. And then these little guys are called Easter Parade right here. And I should have put them on a board because they're wanting to roll up on the edges where I hold them. But so cute. I did little lazy daisies on top for my carrot tops instead. And then I satin stitched the bunny ears because I thought they looked like shinier. But I made her, the little chicken girl, the little ducking girl, a brighter yellow than the boy. And I did a little smearing across for her cheek. And then I did satin stitches for her bunny ears. I think that's the only other stitches that oh no, I did French knots in the middle of my flowers, which I love. This one, these are, and they've got little, I haven't put the last little string. There's a little string that he's holding that attaches to the card, but I won't put it on until I press them and finish them out. And I didn't get any of that done this week because the sewing machine and I still are kind of mad at each other. So, but those are my two finishes this week. Oh, I should write finishes right there. Finishes, Easter Parade, and Let's Paint Eggs. And those other two are just in little scraps of linen that I had in my, all these have been, except for the big piece, these are just on scraps out of my scrap bin that I've used to make these because they're just smalls and I just hang on to those and stitch things like that on them. Why not? This is the only one that I use the whole piece on. Here is that guy. And he has a little fancy bow that I need to put on him around his neck. So, so cute. And she gives you very good instructions on how to do, when she does things like that, her instructions, let me see if I can find an instruction page for you in here, where she tells, okay, let me see, I'll have to cover up this top part with this. She gives very good finishing detail when she's telling you how to finish the little tie around him. She goes into great detail. Her charts and her, they're always very thorough and always very good details on exactly what you need to do. And also, that is fabulous. Also, I think I still haven't heard from, and I swear I thought I heard from you, but I don't have this chart mailed. So that worries me that I didn't, that if you sent me your address, I can't find it. So Jeanne Draper, I know I still haven't heard from you, but I thought I did. That's, okay, y'all, I know that's kooky, but luck be with you. This guy here, I have this chart waiting to go to you, and I don't know if it's Jean or Jeanne. Who's that right side up? Y'all, I told y'all I need help. This one still hasn't, I don't have it mailed. And that makes me, but I swear I thought I got a message from you, but I can't find it with your address on there. I think everybody else I have heard from, and even Deborah, that hers finally showed up after forever. So if y'all ever don't get something supposed to come from me, holler, because I am slow, but I usually get things going, but I don't know what's happened. Like I said, the mail, I guess, is just kind of overloaded right now, which is understandable. So, but the shares from not last week, but from the week before, were Miracles Happen and Summer ABCs here. And Summer ABCs is Renee Riley. If you'll email me, NisiLynn@Yahoo. And then Miracles Happen is Carol Fawcett. If you'll email me, NisiLynn@Yahoo, or whatever, you can, contact me on Instagram or whatever, Facebook, Messenger, like that. But I do try, like, if I hear from y'all, we go into town on Saturday, and so I try to get it all ready and so if I hear from y'all, I usually mail it on Saturday. So when things don't show up, that worries me. But so if y'all two will holler. And then Two of a Kind pin cushion was, again, this one of our shares this week. And then I will do this. Now it'll be I could print it. So I guess just say the Psalm 68:19. These two, this one is from Jerry Lynn. She was sweet enough to send an extra. And I'm going to make this one this week. And it is so cute. It's a little pin cushion, and it is wool applique, and it is so cute. She's finished a quilt on Etsy, and she sent an extra one for a share. So if you're interested in the pin cushion share, use sheep, the word sheep, like that, like sheep. And then if you're interested in the Psalm, and like I said, I can email it to you, or I can print it. I mean, if you want me to print it, I can print it, it's fine. Use the word blessed. Use the word blessed on that one. And those will be our two shares for next week. These two. And I think I'm about caught up on all my mailing and all. But I don't know, like I said, I don't know where things are going or where they're getting to. Why it's, what's going on with that, but oh well. And I will next week finish up the rest of the not last week's, but the week before comments. If I missed anything, I'm going to go back and go through all them and answer. If I didn't answer them already, I'll be sure I hit on those. So I think that is everything. I think that's everything today. So y'all have a happy Friday. As Kimmy says, her teacher says, she says, "Shug, you know, my teacher says it's Friday and what did she call Wednesday? She didn't call it hump day or something. She called it something else. And I thought it was so funny because I picked her up Wednesday at school. And Aria stayed with me on Wednesday. And then I picked up Kimmy at school. And they drank their little malts on the way back to the house. And they had they had all this set up for their babies. They go get all the pillows and all their buggies. And boy, they have little nurseries set up and all the things for their babies. And they go on vacation with their babies and all the things. So I thought I had, Micah picked up everything when she left. But there was a box, and it's a plastic box of they're these magnet tiles that Billy got them, and you can build things with them, you know, they stick together. I forgot about them, but it was way away from the bed. It was way over against where the TV stand is in the bedroom. It's got a big, like, thing kind of like this with, you know, drawers and stuff under it. But somehow or other, I did not pay attention to it. Micah missed it. I don't know why. But it was way over the side, and I'm sure that's why. James Williams managed to kick that Thursday morning. And if you think a plastic bin full of plastic magnet tiles don't make a big racket, I sat up in that bed like somebody had shot me. I said, "What was that crash?" He said, "There's something down here in the floor." And after I looked, I said, "Well, thank goodness it was there. You'd have broke your foot if it hadn't been there. You'd run into the armoire." So, but they had all their little things set up for their babies now. All the things. And her blanket needed to be washed from school and all this. So we had all the things to do that afternoon. And Aria, Kyle, and I had we planted some seeds out to start them growing and some zinnias and stuff. So we had been doing all things on Wednesday. And then they needed some time to get all their babies and things all fixed up. So I don't know if she's coming this afternoon or not. I don't have anybody here today so far. So we'll see. If not, that'll make me focus on Billy's Psalm 68:19, getting it finished. So I'll have it ready for tomorrow. I hope. But y'all enjoy your stitching and have a happy Friday and a happy weekend. And I will see y'all next week. Bye.